Hello, hello, hello. Greetings, great day. No matter when you are watching this, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. I am Natasha L Brown, author, coach, and motivational transformational speaker. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to be talking about you are the one. You are the one. So no matter what you're looking for, the saying goes, be what you are looking for or be what you are expecting. So what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're expecting? What is it that you are hoping to find? Guess where it is? It's already inside you. Already inside you. So again, thank you so much for joining me for Me Mondays. My topic this evening is you are the one, and that brings us to the I am statements. You know, several years ago, The Secret came out, and that was a big thing, the I am. They did a whole nother movie or documentary after that first one about the power of the words I am. And really, I am comes from who God said he was. So if God is in us, then we are able to be whatever we need to be, whatever we're looking to be, because we are God in the earth. Small letter G. We are God in the earth. So as we are God in the earth, as we began to create, as we began to rearrange, shape, and make things the way we want them to be with our very mouth, the same tool that God used, and sometimes it can be used as a weapon. So remembering who you are, and always you are the one. Whatever we're looking for, you are the one. And it is always exciting to find that out because, you know, as I've mentioned before, when we come to earth, we forget who we really are. We forget the power that we have. We forget how strong we actually are. So it definitely makes a big difference in knowing who you are versus trying to find out who you are. So the I am statements, just wanted to go over a few of them. There are a lot of beautiful ones. If you're looking for motivation, there are several that can be found just in your very own thought process. So what is it that you're needing for each day? You can do it before you go to bed at night, would be a beautiful thing. It would help you rest better. It would help your dreams go in the right direction to give you what you need for the next day. And it would also definitely make sure that you remember who you are. I used to ask my boys my young men now, when they were younger, I would always ask them, especially if they were doing something they weren't supposed to be doing, who are you? So you have to remember who you are. And as parents, we shape our children's subconsciousness. We shape who they are. We have a lot of say-so, but then it comes to a point when you are able to recognize who you are, regardless of what has been said to you. If you don't believe it, you can change it. So definitely the I ams are a big thing. There is a affirmation that I say on a regular basis, and I'll use the short version. I am rich, I am healthy, I am happy, I am loved, I am powerful. I am rich, I am happy, I am healthy, I am loved, I am powerful. So whatever you are, what are you planning on being? If you're watching this when it's live, we do this in the evening time. So the next day, when you get up tomorrow morning, what is it that you plan on gifting the world? I want you to think about that. What do you plan on gifting the world? And many of us just get up and we go, especially if it's a routine to rush. Now, I remember those days when I was constantly in a hurry going anywhere. I would feel like I was constantly rushing trying to get there. But if we would learn how to plan, I am on time, I am in time, I have perfect timing. If we can get that into our being, our very being, in the cellular level, then we can begin to move forward in who it is that we truly are. And sometimes we just have to be reminded. You have to learn how to encourage yourself. You have to learn how to speak well of yourself. You know, what's constantly turning over in your thought process? What are you constantly saying to yourself? A lot of times we're not saying the most positive things we wouldn't say to anyone else. We may think about to ourselves, and some people even look in the mirror and say it because they've gotten so frustrated. So what is it that you are looking to be? What's your gift going to be each day that you start out? Who are you going to be? So thank you so much for joining me as you come in. If you'll just share the broadcast, and if you are seeing this based on a share, go ahead and go to Natasha L Brown here on Facebook, or Natasha L Brown on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, and you can go ahead and we can connect so that you will know what I'm posting, when I'm posting, and find out what I do as a holistic coach, as an author of several books, as well as a transformational speaker. So definitely go ahead and connect with me on one of the social medias. So again, listen, you are the one, and that cannot be said enough. If you're turning over negative thoughts, for every one negative thought, you need 3 or more positive thoughts to counteract that thought. And just to remind yourself and get you to wake up to who you are. Some people are very confident and can encourage others, but when you get home, what is it that you are saying to yourself? How are you speaking to yourself? Are you loving yourself appropriately? And we have to think about that. Are you loving yourself appropriately? The self-love. You know, you get a lot of pushback with the selflessly selfish, because people think of that selfish word as something that is negative. But if you never give back to yourself, you cannot effectively say that you are a giver. You have nothing to give. You are interrupting the cycle of sowing and reaping, of giving and receiving, of love and love. How can you truly love someone if you're not able to receive love? So there are a lot of different things that we need to be conscious of as we go throughout our day. You know, what is my energy level? Am I depleted? Am I eating appropriately? And we can go over the top things that I always recommend. Making sure you are hydrated. If you can get a high level pH water, that would be beautiful, but definitely you want spring water if you're not drinking high pH. Eating live foods to make sure you are getting the life and have the energy and the vibrance that you need in order to go about your day. Exercise, it helps more than just the physical body. And your restful sleep. Definitely making sure that you are restfully sleeping. Journaling would be a great one to put in, especially on this topic. I am. Writing down who you are. And especially if it's something that you need to counteract. Who are you? What is it that you're looking to be? Many times, career-wise, we have a better plan than we do as far as our personal life is concerned. So all of that plays a large part. If you don't have balance in one area of life, you don't have balance in most areas of your life, because they spill over into each other. So knowing who you are, thank you so much for the likes, and knowing how you affect other people. You know, your very presence. You may go to a place on a regular basis, and let me use this as an example. Your favorite restaurant. You go to your favorite restaurant on a regular basis. You can tell when the chef that you like is cooking your meal, right? Because they may have 2 chefs, and one chef is not cooking it as great as the others, right? So your favorite chef is in the kitchen. You get the recipe, and you go home and try and prepare the meal yourself, and it's missing something. It just doesn't taste the same. Your presence is the same way. You can go certain places and people are expecting you to come in. Hello, Margot. Come in and light up a room, and you came right in time. That's what Margot does. She lights up a room. She gives love and energy everywhere she goes. So, you know, people are expecting that from your presence. And what is a beautiful thing is when people are excited to see you and they love being in your presence. You know, you have those people that you encounter where every time they come, I can't think of the animated movie Home. And the main character, the alien, thought his name was Oh No. Because everybody always said oh no when they saw him. You know, that when I first heard that, that was the way you feel about certain people, and they come, and a lot of times they don't even realize who they are. Who they are. You know, because we're talking about you are the one. So they may be the one that consistently aggravates everyone, and they are not doing it intentionally. But you know, and they may not know, and everyone else around you may realize that when they come into a room, that, you know, everybody may scatter depending on what type of person it is. Sometimes it's not even about someone being negative. It's about the energy that that person brings in. And it doesn't always have to be negative. It could be overwhelming. But your presence, there are places that you go that people are looking for you to come. It could be somewhere as simple as going to the bank, going to your local grocery store. That routine, building that rapport, and sometimes people never find out your name, but they know the energy that you bring when you come into their presence. So be the chef that prepares the food on a regular basis and serves it well, and people come back for that food, your presence. So some I am statements, let me get them here. I am centered. That's a good one. I always want to be centered. We talked about being balanced. I am balanced. I am worthy of respect. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of healing. I am worthy of peace. Worthy. That's a whole nother topic. Knowing that you deserve the best, knowing that you deserve the greatest of everything that you desire. And you know, that is what God wants for us. But many times we get into positions where we are our worst critics. On most occasions, we are hard on ourselves. You know, you critique everything. No one else saw that but you, because you are so hard on yourself. Sometimes you just have to back up and allow you to be you. Allow yourself growing space. Being able to bloom into who you are. Being able to grow into that I am that you're looking for. So don't be so overwhelmed with who you are and not being who you are, your truest self. I said before, loving yourself enough to love yourself. So when we learn how to love ourselves effectively, when we learn how to love ourselves in a way that is going to be life-changing, not just for us, but for anyone that we come in contact with, then it's always a beautiful thing to make sure that we do what we're supposed to be doing. So who are you? Do you know who you are? Do you know who you want to be? That journaling comes into play again, making sure that you are loving yourself. And that's why I always say self-love is your superpower. We enter a room differently when we have the confidence, just our own personal confidence backing who we are. Knowing that we know who we are. Knowing that I love myself enough to love myself, then I can love others effectively. So when we are able to walk in that, it makes for a beautiful transaction, spirit to spirit, human to human, love to love. So as you go about your day, and drop in the comment section, what are some of your favorite I am statements? Some things that you have to remind yourself about are some things that you use each morning or each evening. What are some of your best I am statements? If you don't have any, let's go ahead and get them started now. Go ahead and create you some that you'll be able to use on a daily basis. The one I started off with, I am rich, I am healthy, I am happy, I am loved, and I am powerful. And that's a great one to remember, that you are powerful. You actually have the power to change any situation. And sometimes we get into a place where we say something said or something told me to, but that superpower within you is what is guiding you and directing you, and it's divine power from God, because God is in us. Regardless of whether we want to acknowledge God existing or not, God is in us, and everything that we do, we represent God. So when we are representing God, when we are moving forward in the love of what God has, thank you so much for the love. And thank you for sharing, Darius. Hello. And we move forward in the love that God has put in us. It begins to not just heal us, but to heal those around us. The healing process is so gentle and so subtle. Sometimes we get stuck in a rut and we don't even realize that we've moved forward and we have grown from where we were. So when you are in a place of healing, make sure you allow that to spill over. So that's why you make sure that you replenish yourself. You are selflessly selfish. You are giving of yourself in a way that no matter what is going on, that you are showing love. You are giving love. And the only way to do that is by making sure that you are filled. Because all we do is we spill over. And everything positive, I would hope, would overflow out of our vessel, our being, as we represent the divine on a regular basis. So if you'll drop your favorite I am statement in, what is it that you're looking to be on a regular basis? What is it that you are looking to give people on a regular basis? Always love, definitely. But what else do you look to give on a regular basis? So drop your favorite I am statement in the comment section. And as always, remember that self-love is your superpower. I love you and have a great week. Thank you for joining me for Me Monday. This is Natasha L Brown.